What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And it is officially December, man. This year's has gone by so freaking fast, which I'm okay with because for the most part this year hasn't been great for me. But at the end of the day, NBA is coming back soon, December 22nd. We are counting down the days till it returns. Preseason will be here soon as well. So while we're waiting on the NBA season, obviously lately I've been doing some new look realistic rebuilds with the teams that made some moves in the offseason, and today we're doing the Pelicans, man. We're going to recap what the Pelicans did like we have usually been doing, and we're going to try to win a championship with them today. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's do this Pelicans rebuild. It's had themselves a pretty eventful offseason, a really good one as well, I do say so myself. Ingram, they re-signed him to a 5-year max. That was a no-brainer. The man was awesome for them last year after trading Anthony Davis for him and some other pieces, obviously. But Brandon Ingram is looking like the standout player from that trade. Eric Bledsoe came here in that trade for Jrue Holiday. So, I mean, they could always flip Eric Bledsoe down the line. But for now, I think he'll be a nice piece in New Orleans around Zion and all of them. Steven Adams, they got him as well. Very nice package they got. And they also extended him. So that's good. So, I mean, the Pelicans got first-round picks this offseason from trading Jrue Holiday, and they got a center, and they got Bledsoe. I mean, it's not a bad offseason. They re-signed Ingram, they drafted Kerry Lewis Jr., and that's about all I can think of. I think they signed Willie as well, and about it. Other than that, I think that's about it. So when we look at the rotation right now as it stands, they want... All right, so they got Bledsoe, Lonzo, Ingram, Zion. I don't know if I love that. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a nine-man rotation. Of course, they also have Stan Van Gundy. That move happened a while ago. But so it makes you wonder, though, is Lonzo Ball or Bledsoe going to start? Or are they going to start them together? I would like to think they wouldn't. But for now, I guess I'll run it like this. I don't imagine Bledsoe being here forever. I kind of want to trade him eventually. And I don't love that I'm benching Lonzo here, honestly. But I think I'll just leave it and let 2K do its thing. And we'll just kind of see how it goes. So for this first season, I'm just going to simulate it, man. I'm not going to do anything. I kind of just want to see how this team does, and we'll make our moves from there. So, but I think this team's going to be really good. Obviously, they usually are in these 2K simulations. And let's just see what 2K thinks about the Pelicans. At the end of season number 1, LeBron James on the Los Angeles Lakers is your MVP. Wiseman's your Rookie of the Year. Dinwiddie, your 6-man Giannis Defensive Player. Porter most improved, Vogel, Taylor, and LeBron as well, as we just saw that already. But Luka, Dame, LeBron, Giannis, Jokic. I don't know if we'll have anybody on any of these All-NBA teams, and it doesn't look like we will. So that's okay for now. But we are the 2nd seed in the Western Conference, which would be a big jump for the Pelicans to take this season. I think the Pelicans are in the right direction, but I find it hard to believe that they would be the 2nd seed in the West. I just feel like that's a really tough task for them. But regardless, like I said, I think they're definitely headed in the right direction. Obviously, they've had a great past couple years at rebuilding this team. Zion, Brandon Ingram lead the way with 26 points per game. Eric Bledsoe was actually really good with 16 and 7. You can't complain about that. JJ Redick averaged 15, probably shooting efficiently at the age of 36. Can't complain about that either. Adams with 11 and 11 and a block. Lonzo with 9 and 6 off the bench. Not too bad. And then Josh Hart with 7. Hayes 7. Nico Mello with 5. Okay, so we are playing the Golden State Warriors here in the first round, who did lose Clay, obviously. So that's going to make it a little bit easier. But on 2K, he is healthy, which is fine. But let's just go ahead and see if we can somehow beat the Golden State Warriors here to end up in the second round, as they're up 2-0. And we are going to lose in 7 games to the Golden State Warriors, which is fine. A healthy Warriors lineup with Clay and Steph makes sense. But we all know that's not going to be how it is in real life. But it's all good, man. I feel like we need to keep making changes anyway. And we're obviously going to trust in the player development, and we'll be just fine. So with the draft lottery, I'm not sure if any of the Pelicans picks convey this year, and they do not. So we're not going to worry about the draft this year. Stan Van Gundy, they just hired him, and we went 55 and 27. I think I'll just go ahead and keep him around. Why not? I mean, other than that, I'm going to fire my trainer. I'm going to definitely get a trainer with 3 that way I can have 3 untapped potential camps. We're going to have probably upgraded the assistant, just because I like having good assistant coaches. And then let's get Otis Newman as well. And we do not get everyone. Let's get Trent Peterson. And boom. And we did get Randy Martin. W. Okay, let's go to the draft. I don't think we have an important pick here, but we might have a couple picks from trades. and we have the 20th pick. So yeah, I don't think I'll worry about the 20th pick too much. Player options, we have Zion Williamson, Jackson Hayes, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Of course, we're gonna accept all of those. Qualifying offers, Lonzo Ball is a free agent. This is where it becomes interesting, because obviously Bledsoe was just starting for us, and he did a great job and all, but he doesn't really fit the timeline of our team. And you know what? After Bledsoe having a season like that, it is warranted that the man could maybe be worth a first round pick if he's going to average what he did this year. He shot pretty, not too bad. So I feel like we might be able to get a first round pick for Bledsoe and open up that point guard spot for Lonzo Ball. I think I'm going to do this trade with the Charlotte Hornets. Let's be honest, man. The Hornets, we just don't really know what they're doing. And I don't know, man. Charlotte seems desperate. We get a first round pick and a young player out of them. They signed Gordon Hayward to a 4-year max for whatever reason. So, you know, who's to say they wouldn't do something silly like this as well. So I'm going to get PJ Washington a first round pick from the Charlotte Hornets. I don't know if the Hornets would be that dumb, but like I said, they did sign Gordon Hayward, which didn't make a ton of sense to me. But regardless, PJ Washington's here now, and he'll be some nice depth. And we got a first round pick from Bledsoe. So that might be a little too much value for Bledsoe, but I don't care. We got PJ Washington. Let's go. So for free agency, we did open up that point guard spot for Lonzo Ball. So I'd love to have him back. I think he just fits the timeline of the team. Bledsoe did not, so I'd rather just continue starting Lonzo Ball, obviously. But when we look at the team now, Carol Lewis Jr. can maybe get some backup point guard minutes this season from his development. We are going to possibly lose JJ Redick at the shooting guard spot, so that could be an issue. But our front court's great, so a guard, so we get Lonzo Ball back, and maybe a shooting guard is needed. So as far as what we can afford a shooting guard, looks like we will have some cap space. So Jrue Holiday, of course, I don't really want to bring him back. We just traded him. There's Luke Kennard. There are some shooting guard options. We got Garrett Trent, but I don't want to spend too much at the shooting guard spot. I probably would just rather leave that salary open to trade for somebody. So I think what I want to do is probably leave. Can we afford okay, so we could afford somebody really good here, but I think I kind of want to leave that shooting guard or that salary open to try to maybe, I don't know, trade for somebody in the offseason or at the trade deadline. So I'm going to wait for Lonzo Ball. I'm going to probably just, if I do have to match a contract, I will. But hopefully he can just escape with the restricted offer, and we'll have some salary opened up to trade for somebody. But other than that, do we have anyone else we can resign? So Josh Hart, probably for depth, we'll go ahead and give him a 2-year, $6 million. That's not too bad. And then Lonzo Ball, like I said, I kind of want to see. He does come back in his qualifying offer. So we got Lonzo Ball back in his qualifying offer. Adams does go down 1 overall, but that's completely fine. We don't need him to do a ton. Lonzo Ball's up 81. And then when we look at our salary situation, I am curious. Do we still have money? So we have $15 million in cap space. So honestly, man, we might be able to absorb a decent shooting guard. So I don't know if I want to wait till the trade deadline or maybe trade for a shooting guard right now. We'll see what I can do here. I might look around the league real quick to see if I can find a starting caliber shooting guard at that 2 spot. I was unable to find anything I really liked, but for now, we're going to just run Lonzo, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Ingram, Zion, Adams, Washington, Jackson Hayes, Carol Lewis Jr., and Josh Hart. But I'm not gonna lie, I might end up stopping the trade deadline to scout team intel and see if teams are selling. And if a shooting guard becomes available, we'll probably snatch one at the trade deadline. At the end of season number 2, Giannis Antetokounmpo is your MVP on the Los Angeles Lakers. Now I know what you're thinking. Giannis, LeBron, or the Lakers? Nope. Yeah, LeBron went to LeBronto for some reason. So he's like, you know what? I wanted to go to the team that I owned the last couple years, and I want to play for the team okay, yeah, I know. It's a stupid joke. But hey, Cade Cunningham, Rookie of the Year. John Wall is your 6th Man of the Year. Isaac, Defensive Player. Wiseman, Most Improved. And Steve Nash is your Coach of the Year. So I really honestly wanted to stop at the trade deadline and make some kind of trade for a shooting guard. But when I started the trade deadline to look at some stats, low-key, I'm not going to lie, Nickeil Alexander-Walker was not doing too bad at that starting 2 spot. 15 points per game as our 3rd leading scorer is actually really good. Lonzo with 12 and 9. Honestly, that's all I'm asking from Lonzo. If he can be just that Jason Kidd type of player for us, that is great. Nickeil, but like I said, man, he was doing really good, shooting 37% from the field. So I felt like maybe we don't need to make a trade here, and let's just keep letting Nickeil develop. But I'm going to base it off these playoffs. Don't write me off trying to trade for somebody. Obviously, there's somebody I was really looking forward to getting, maybe at the trade deadline possibly. But we have Chris Paul and Giannis. So this Lakers team looks completely different other than having Gasol and KCP still. But as far as the 2 stars are concerned, Chris Paul and Giannis replaced LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So very interesting. But we are playing them, so let's go ahead and see if we can beat them. They do win game 1. We even up the series, though. We're up 2-1. 3-1. And can we beat this team in 5 games? Yes, we can. And now we're on to the second round. And now we're playing the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have also had a pretty good offseason. Hopefully, Anthony Edwards can turn into something for them. Edwards, shooting guard, McDaniels, Trey Lyles, Carly Towns, Malik, Rubio, Jarrett Culver. I feel like we should be able to beat this team, but you never know. So let's simulate game 1. We do win game 1. They even up the series. They're up 2-1. We even it up. Okay. 3-2. Can we win in 6? Yes, we are. We are in the Western Conference Finals playing the Memphis Grizzlies, another team in the West that should be up and coming, man. They have Boston. They got Kawhi in free agency. Jaren Jackson, Jonas Valanciunas, Brandon Clark, Kelly Oubre, Luke Kennard, and Tyus Jones. Can you imagine Kawhi joining forces with Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson? That would be very interesting. But we'll see if we can stop them here. This is definitely going to be a tough matchup. Let's see what happens. We do lose game 1. They're up 2-0. 2-1. Can we even up the series? Nope. 3-1. And okay, we're not done just yet. Okay, we forced a game 7. We are not done just yet. We're going back to the FedEx Forum, I think it's called, in Memphis, Tennessee. Can we beat them in game 7? Let's shut out Kawhi. And it looks like we are going to go ahead and make it to the NBA Finals. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, man, 28 points in a game 7. That is amazing. This man is turning into something nice for us, man. Maybe I'm glad I didn't make a trade at the trade deadline. Maybe I shouldn't be doing anything. If I go look at his playoff statistics real quick, he is averaging 12. So he's not doing great in the playoffs, but that 28 point per game performance is definitely huge. I love that Lonzo has stepped up in the playoffs, but wow, man, game 7 performances don't get any better than that out of a role player, I would say. But Kyrie Irving, Oladipo, KD, Prince, Jarrett Allen, Karis LeVert, DeAndre Jordan, Joe Harris, and Nicholas Claxton. I'm really shocked that the Nets haven't got a third star yet. I figured it would happen by now. I'm literally shocked that Karis LeVert and Dinwiddie are still on the Brooklyn Nets, but I feel like something could still happen by the trade deadline, and a guy like Oladipo makes a lot of sense. But let's go ahead and see if we can win a championship here. We do win game 1. We do win game 2. Game 3 goes to us, and can we beat them in 5 games to win a championship? No, we can't. No. Yes, we win in 6 games to win a championship, and Brandon Ingram is your Finals MVP. I kind of want to look at the box score numbers real quick. Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, Jackson Hayes, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Nets, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, 30, Karis LeVert, 23 and 3. Okay, so we just won a championship in that second season, but I honestly want to play this out. I kind of want to see. I'm not going to trade for a shooting guard. I was going to this offseason, but since we just won a championship and Nickeil Alexander-Walker showed some promise, I kind of just want to see where this team's going to go in season number 3, like, of being together, man. Like, I'm definitely curious. And we have possibly a lottery pick here. And yes, Pelicans via Charlotte. I think it was top 5 or top 10 protected. I don't remember correctly. And we end up with, it does, okay, so it was top 5 protected, I think. So they do keep the pick here. That's fine. We don't need it. We do have the 17th pick, though, I think I saw from the Lakers. And we have the 30th. But I'm probably not going to worry about either of those. Steven Adams will probably keep around. I stand Van Gundy. He's been great. So I'm just going to go straight to player options, I think. So we go to player options. Rookie signing, we got Max Christie and that guy. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I kind of want to just see how the guy does. I really want to throw some untapped potential at him, see what he becomes into. I think I am going to give Lonzo Ball a deal. We just won a championship. Might as well give him his money. So let's sign him. Let's keep this group together, and we're going to be chilling in the next year. So definitely happy with what we came out with. Let me go straight to player progression, and let me see what we got going on in player progression real quick, and then we'll be ready for season number 3. And we got, let's see, Wendy Gabriel, Zion Williamson, Ingram, Lonzo Ball. I definitely want to see Alexander Walker up to a 78 overall. Adams going down in overall. That's fine. We already won our championship, but I definitely 1000% am about to throw some untapped potential at Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I kind of want to see him grow even more this next season. So let me go ahead and throw some untapped potential at him. Let me throw some untapped potential at maybe PJ Washington. And then let's throw some more at, let's say, like, let's throw it at Lonzo. Why not? Let's give Lonzo some a little boost there. And then our rotation is probably going to look somewhat the same. Lonzo Ball, Nickeil, Steven Adams, PJ Washington, Jackson Hayes, Karen Lewis Jr. Yep, we're ready for this next season. Let's see if we can repeat and win another championship. And let's see how Nickeil Alexander-Walker does in his second season, starting for us at the shooting guard. At the end of season number 3, we go 65-17, but that was not good enough for the first seed in the West as the Denver Nuggets claim that prize with first seed, but that doesn't really matter. I obviously think we're the better team here. Looking at the player stats though, we had 30 from Zion, 24 from Ingram, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker takes another jump. Very nice. 40% from 3 as well. I don't really think I did a whole lot in this rebuild, but I mean, can you blame me, man? The Pelicans are just David Griffin's done a phenomenal job with what he had to deal with. Well, you know, with obviously, this Thunder team's not bad looking with Zach LaVine. But like I said, David Griffin's done a tremendous job with what he came in with. Anthony Davis wanted out. Obviously, winning the first pick in the draft helped a lot. But regardless, like I'm saying, we are playing the Grizzlies here. I didn't have to do a whole lot. We beat them in the Western Conference Finals last year. Can we beat them here? And we do beat them in 5 games. And now we're playing the Minnesota Timberwolves. Beat this team last year as well. Can we do it again? And we lose in 7, but that's okay. We got Minnesota and Cleveland. Some more, you know, Cleveland's done a decent job with the young players they have. Hopefully Garland, Sexton, and obviously they just drafted Coro and then Kevin Porter. But like I said, I didn't have to do a whole lot in this rebuild. Obviously I could have traded for a shooting guard, but Nickeil Alexander-Walker came out of nowhere and showed me, hey man, you don't need a shooting guard. You got me. So yeah, we did lose this last season, but we won a championship already, so I'm not too upset. And we almost got back to the NBA Finals. But this was our final roster. We traded Bledsoe. That's basically all we did. So yeah, I mean, I feel kind of weird for uploading a video like this where I barely did anything. But at the end of the day, like I said, the Pelicans did a great job. And they keep doing a great job. And this team is going to be very fun to watch the next coming years. Along with like the Thunder, the Hawks. There's a lot of good young teams that's going to be exciting to watch here soon. But make sure you guys leave a like at this video if you enjoyed it. But for now, this is Crushables. I'm saying peace.